Hi, everybody. I would like to say a few words in name of our community, of the Fencers Guild community, international Fencers Guild community, since we have organized a tournament so far for our guild members, and it's been published. And I would like to say a few words regarding the content, what actually you are looking at. Some 12 years ago, so at the time when the guild has been founded, when we started, we established our first clubs and we have laid down the curriculum. We didn't have, at that time, 12 years ago, we didn't have the the final level. We didn't know where is the master level. I mean, like master level for those who wants to pursue the art in its complexity and become independent fencing masters, teachers, instructors on the top level. We knew we have complete overview how the system looked like, but we didn't know how far we will need to go in terms of the skills and our own performance. We knew we are in the beginning of a beautiful way, a road which is leading somewhere into the depths of our own comfort and resources, time, energy, money, and everything what is needed in order to pursue this beautiful path of our ancestors. And what happened is that we discovered something even more beautiful than we were expecting. And after these 12 years, we've been rewarded by the opportunity to enjoy fencing without any protection, because we made a clear decision in the very beginning. Either we'll follow the mainstream, which started, or it was already on, but it was very strong 12 years ago. Many people wanted to push historical fencing and especially longsword towards sports discipline, and we decided not to. We decided not to follow this modern way at all, and we, as a resistance, we just aimed our energies deeper in the research, and we always wanted to feel and to know what is it like to fence as our forefathers, what the fencing was real about. Don't get me wrong, we are all fully aware that what we are performing today is a nowadays fencing. It's not the historical fencing, because we are not people who lived 500 or 600 years ago. We are people of 21st century, and we were all born at the end of 20th century. So yes, we are clear about that. What we do is an attempt for some authenticity, but we are not historical fencers as our ancestors were. But what we are honest pursuers of the tradition, and we decided to be not comfortable in terms of the training, to study and search deeply in all resources. We went through the Lichtenauer tradition. We went through Italian tradition. We read and processed most of the data related to 15th and 16th century longsword tradition. And we ended up in a simple continuation of what people of our kind, the citizens, the Bürgerschaft, people living in the cities, what they designed. They designed their brotherhoods, their societies, where they were meeting several times a week. And once a week, they were having fencing, fighting. And eventually they started to fight for money and etc. And in that time, the discipline was not aimed for killing, besides the fencing has. And in that time, in 16th century, it still had this feature of being, of the option to use it on the battlefield and to take somebody else's life. But at the same time, there was a new fashion how to use fencing as a virtue, as a knightly art, where one can fight the other and yet not killing the other or even hurting the other person in a bad way, but fight according to the new social rule set and prove that his skills are better than the other. Joachim Meyer is mentioning mm, three things, three virtues which the fencing should be, ornated with. The first is Mannlichkeit, the manliness. Second is künstlich, the fencing should be artful. And the third is zierlich. All these three are giving us very clear picture how our performance supposed to be. And thanks to the records we have from those times when the brotherhoods were existing, I'm talking about Marksbruder and Pferdefechter, and then later on others, the Lux, and we would count some more, but the most significant ones, those where we have the evidence, are Pferdefechter in Prague and like Bohemia and countries, or the lands of the Czech Crown, and Saint Mark's, St. Marcus, who started from Nuremberg and then they were established in Frankfurt am Main. So they left us enough evidence and the rule sets and everything. What was it like? So this is what we did. And we ended up in what you can see in the video, where our most advanced fighters were fighting each other. And then at the same time, they were fighting with people who are just in the beginning of their way. What we're performing is not the top. It is our beginning. This is where we started to have the freedom to enjoy fencing without any protective gear, yet being safe. As you can see, in some cases, the moves are happening in quite high speed and they are very dangerous. And in some cases, it's way slower and it looks even funny. But the thing is, we have a firm foundation where we started. And now, today we know in 2-3 years, we will be elsewhere. We will move on in all features because now we know that our foundation, our firmament of the curriculum, what we follow, is safe enough, and it is allowing us to enjoy the free fencing. And I must tell you, it is beautiful, and I'm very proud on all of my boys, my students and my colleagues who attended this international event where the tournament took place, because we had no serious injury. Regarding the rule set, we decided to give the limitation to omit the hands, so we were not hitting the grip. As far as we know, also from Belgium, where the rule sets are kept, that we have the evidence, it still exists. So some schools, some brotherhoods, they were also not hitting the hands. Some were, some were not. We decided to skip it because we are all working people and we have to return back home and being able to continue our duties. So that was one of the limitations. Then we didn't have any point system. There was only, everybody was having his chance to fight over the other as long as he doesn't want to or cannot continue. So either me as the one who is beaten, I just simply recognize, okay, now I was given a hard hit. So in a knightly way, I'm just acknowledging that I was hit in a bad way, even though I'm still standing. In reality or in different circumstances, I'd be the one who would be already dead or something. So then I'm saying, I don't want to continue. So I'm acknowledging that my fight is over and the round is belonging to my opponent. Or the activity of my opponent is so efficient that I cannot continue. So either there's a line of strikes which leads to my decision not to continue, or he's using some schneiden, abschneiden, slicing, and some leveraging, or even throwing, wrestling, in a way that I cannot continue my fight. So then again, the round is belonging to the one who is more efficient than I am, and vice versa. So we didn't have any point system. There was only a winner or loser, as it is in wrestling. There's no point system. Just simple touch is simply not enough. By touching the opponent's body or being touched by someone where there's no efficiency in the move is not going to stop the duel. and this is what we enjoyed, and we enjoyed it a lot, and it worked. The second part of the tournament was a little game when we wanted to see the effect of the behavior. And uh, some since some time, I'm in touch with very nice people from USA, and one of my friends, Jean Henri, mentioned that he was also playing with this idea, and he told me about his conditioning rule set where we we can give conditions. So what we did is we decided to go a little bit different way, but it was motivated. We were inspired by what guys did in America, and each side was given a ticket, and the ticket was containing information either a real combat, so the one who selected the real combat supposed to fight like to death, and of course following the safety, but like no point catching. The other one was, on the contrary, having a point fighting. So the point of his behavior was to collect as many points just by touching the opponent and try to win, over giving plentiful hits. Sometimes, and each of them, they didn't know what has been selected. So in some points you can see the difference in the behavior when somebody is getting the real combat and the opponent is selecting the point system, the fighting on points. Then it takes very short, and the real combat is just taking over the point system because it's just way more efficient. So this is basically the background for the rule set, where the safety was, of course, in the first place, and then we were having, some limitation on the number of actions, which was a little bit flowing because we didn't want to stop the fights, and at the same time we didn't want to have like equal chasing of one or the other over the gym. But in the end, it was not necessary. Everybody was behaving in perfectly logic way, and we all enjoyed it a lot. So thank you very much for the support we enjoy from all of you in our channel. And if you have any questions, please ask. If you're interested in our way, don't hesitate and contact us. And I'll be looking forward to hear and to know what do you think, and whether this probably authentic way is interesting for you. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful Christmas time. Bye.